Good morning, students. Welcome to online class. Hope you people are safe. This is Sheila, your computer science teacher. Today we are going to see chapter 10, Flow of control. See, generally your program executes sequentially. What does mean by the term sequentially? Good morning, students. Welcome to online class. Hope you people are safe. This is Sheila, your computer science teacher. Today we are going to see chapter 10, Flow of control. See, generally your program executes sequentially. What does mean by the term sequentially? One after the other, from the beginning till the end, one after the other. Yes, and there are certain situations where a block of code can be jumped, or when a problem, when a problem is false, you will not get into it and you will skip on to another place also. Yes, and there are places where you will just continue to be on a same place, repeating the same task again and again. Yes, program making a jump. Yes, program statements jumping from one statement to the other can be called as a control flow. Yes, here we speak about selection, iteration and jump. Yes, selection, your sequential statements. Let us see one after the other. What is a statement? A computer program is a set of statements or instructions to perform a specific task. These statements are intended to perform a specific action. The action may be of variable declarations, expressions, evaluations, assignment operations, decision making, looping and so on. What do we say here? Your computer program has set of instructions which is used for performing certain task, a specific task. Yes, and that task can be called as what? Those statements can be called as what? It is used for performing what? Performing specific actions. These actions can be variable declaration. Int A is equal to B. All this is going to be variable declarations. If A is greater than B, that is expression evaluation. A is equal to B. A is equal to B. That is going to be assignment operation, decision making, looping. Here in flow of control, this is of two kinds of statements. One is going to be null statement, the other one is going to be compound statement. What is null statement? A statement which contains only a semicolon is going to be termed as what? Null statement. Null statements are commonly used as placeholders in iteration statements, or a statement in which place labels at the end of the compound statements are functions. What is a compound statement? Compound statement allows a group of statements to be enclosed within a square bracket, a pair of braces. It is not square, it is a flower braces. Within a pair of braces you will have set of statements, and that statement is called as what? Compound statement. See, this is an example for your compound statement. And what about the example for your null statement? You will have only semicolon. Yes, see an example here. Within a pair of braces you have declaration statement, assignment statement and evaluation statement. The compound statement or a block is treated as a single unit and may appear anywhere in a program. What about control statements? Control statements are statements that alter the sequence flow of instructions. In a program, statement may be executed sequentially, selectively or iteratively. Sequential means traveling from one after the other. Say for example, I am just going to add two numbers. I will be getting two numbers, adding and displaying. Yes, selection operator is already I told you, if I am hungry I will eat, if not I will not eat. That is going to be condition. Selection statements, yes or no statements. Iterative statement is I will eat until I am full. I will keep doing the process, isn't it? That is going to be iterative process. Each programming language provides statements to support sequence, selection and iteration. If a statement are executed sequentially, the flow is called sequential flow. In some situations, if a statement alter the flow of execution like branching, iteration, jumping and function call, this flow is called as control flow. Sequence statement. The sequential statement are the statements that are executed one after the other. The flow will not be disturbed. They just travel from one statement to the other in a sequential manner, and that is called as what? Sequential flow statement. And every statement should always end up with a semicolon. Just have Now let us have a look at your selection statement. Selection statement, already I told you, if I am hungry I'll eat. Yes, so it is going to be choice, isn't it? So if true, it will move on with another set of statements. If false, it will move with another set of statements. It means it will just skip which is not needed. Yes, and then it will move on to exit. That is termed as what? Selection statement. A selection statement means execution is dependent upon a condition. If a condition is true, a true block will be executed. Else, a false block will be executed. The statement is also called as decision statement or selection statement. Next, let us move on with iterative statement. What is iterative statement? A statement getting repeated again and again. If a condition is true, few statements will be executed. If a condition is false, few statements will be executed. And this true statement, say for example, till what will it be executed means, till the condition is false, the statement will continue to execute. That is what is termed as what? Iterative statement. See, it is very similar to your selection statement, but here what happens is, until the condition is false, what will happen? The statement will continue to execute. What did I tell you as an example? Say for example, I will eat until I am full. So what happens? I will continue to eat till what? My stomach is full. It means the statement is ending up there. Then I have to move on with close. I should not eat further. The iterative statement is a set of statements that are repeatedly executed based upon the condition. If a condition evaluates to true, the set of statements is executed again and again. As soon as the condition becomes false, the repetition stops. This is also known as looping statement or iterative statement. The set of statements that are executed again and again is also called as body of the loop. The condition on which the execution or exit from the loop is called exit condition or test condition. Generally, all the programming language supports this type of statements to write programs depending upon the problem. It supports this. C++ also supports this type of statements. Now, selection statements and iterative statements are executed depending upon the conditional expression. Yes, the conditional expression evaluates whether it is true, it is going to be true or false. Even in selection statement, we said if it is true, one statement will be executed. If false, another statement will be executed. In iterative statement, what happened? Till the condition becomes false, it started to execute, isn't it? Those things was actually termed as what? Selection and iteration. Now let us move on with selection statement. If in a program, a decision causes a one-time jump to a different part of a program. Decision in C++ are made up of several ways. Most importantly, with if-else statement, which chooses between two alternatives. Another decision statement which creates branches for multiple alternate sections of code depending upon the value of single variable. What is if statement? If statement evaluates a condition. If a condition is true, then a true block is executed. Yes, just have a look at this program now. Yes, your execution will always start from main. What is the variable that is actually declared? Age. Now what are we going to do? Anything within the double quotes will be printed as it is. Next, what are we getting as an input? Age. Say for example, if I am going to get it as 25. Yes, age. What is the value of age now? 25 is greater than 18. Is it greater? Yes. If it is greater, what will you get? You are eligible for voting. In case if I am going to give it as 5. If age is 5 is greater than 18, No. What will happen? This statement will not be executed. Yes. So what happens? Once if the condition is true, the statement is executed. It is just an if statement alone. Yes, it is not if else. Now let us move on with if else part. What is if else part? If the condition is true, if true statement will be executed. If not, else part will be executed. Now let us see an example for that also. See, this part is actually for that only. First, for your expression, if condition is true, true block will be executed with that. That's it. And for that only you had an example here. Yes. Now let us move on with if else. So how your if else works? If expression is true, true block will be executed. If expression is false, else part will be executed. Yes. Just have a look here. You are testing an expression. If it is true, true block will be executed and the next statement will also be executed. Yes. And what about here? If the condition is false, false block will be executed, and again, since it is ending up here, this statement will be executed. Have a look here. Yes, your execution always starts from main. What are the two variables that we are getting? Number and reminder. Num, rem. Yes, num and rem are the two numbers that we are getting. Now I am going to get a number. What is the program? What program is this all about? We are just going to check whether it is going to be even or odd. Yes. Say for example, the number that I am going to get is going to be 5. In num, I am going to get the number 5. So 5 mod 2. What is meant by the term mod? Mod gives you the reminder. What does mod give you? Mod gives you the reminder. So 5 will be inside 2. 2 2s are 4. So what is the reminder that I get? 1. So 5 mod 2 is going to be 1. So 1 is the reminder, isn't it? Is 1 equal to 0? No. So this will not execute. It will go to else part. The given number 5 is odd. In case if I am going to give it as 4. 4 is the input that I am going to get. So 4 mod 2. What will I get? The reminder will be 0. 0 is equal to 0. So the given number 4 is even. Else part will not be executed. This is how your program works. Nested if. What is nested if? The condition goes on and on. That is what is termed as what? Nested if. If nested if part, if nested else inside else part, if nested inside if part and else part, the syntax of the nested if is going to be like this. Like what? Nested inside if part. If expression 1, in that you have an if expression true or false. And for this if condition, the else part is here. And this is going to be another if statement. Just get into this here. Here in if statement you had an if condition. Here in else part you have a condition. Able to follow? And here what happens? In both the parts you have if get into this, else get into this. If get into this, you have an if else part. Else get into this, you will have an if else part. Yes. Just get into this working procedure now. Condition is checked. If it is false, you will get into statement 3. If condition is false, you will get into statement 3. If condition is true, you will get into condition 1. Is true, you will get into condition 2. If it is true, you will get into statement 1. If not, you will get into statement 2. This is how your if else if condition works. This is if nested if part. So what happens? Condition is checked. If it is true, the statement will be executed, ends up here. If a statement is false, again it will check for the condition. If it is true this side, or if it is false this side, it will just move on like this. Yes, this is going to be if nested if part. This is nested else part. In else part you will have a condition to check. Yes. Now let us move on with this program now. Yes, just have a look at it. Your execution always starts from main. What and all you have? You have sales and commission, and you have a character called grade. Enter the sales amount. Say for example 3000 is going to be the sales amount that I am giving. Just obtained. Here enter sales amount will be printed as it is, isn't it? Enter grade will also be printed as it is. So grade, give some values for that also. If sales is greater than 5000, I gave it as 4000. 4000 is actually lesser. So if part will not execute, and it will move on straight away to the else part. In else part what will happen? The condition will be, your sales will be multiplied with 0.05 and the commission will be printed. In case, if I am going to give it as 6000, so what will happen? 6000 is obtained, isn't it? 6000 is greater than 5000. It is true, then this part. So 6000 into 0.10, the commission will be printed. Yes. Did you check or did we use grade anywhere? No, isn't it? We did not use grade anywhere. Grade is of mere waste here. We just got only values. Grade is going to be of what? It is going to be of characters, not the values. So it is going to be whether it is going to be A, B, C, D, any alphabets you can give. Yes, accordingly it will be printed, that's it. If, else if, ladder. If expression true means this statement will be executed. If not, it gets into this if part. Again a condition will be checked. If it is true, this part. If not, else part. Yes, in that you have another else part. Yes, and finally you have an else part. It keeps going on and on. This is if one condition, and this is else part fully. Just have a look at this. If condition is checked, if it is true, straight away the execution you obtained. Yes, if not, it will move on to the false, and there you have a condition to check. If it is false, again it moves on to the condition to check. Yes, this is how your if else ladder flowchart works. This is a program to check your grade. Yes, your execution always starts from main. What is the value that we get? Marks. Enter the marks. Yes, enter the marks. And if the marks that I have given, say for example I am going to give it as 70. Marks is going to be 70 now. Is marks 70 greater than 60? Yes, it is. Now what happens? Your grade is first class, isn't it? Fine, it is printed and the work is finished. In case, if I am going to give the mark as 55. Yes, I am giving the mark as 55. Is 55 greater than 60? No. So it will move on with else part. Now you have a condition to check. If 55 is greater than 50, of course yes. If 55 is lesser than 60, yes it is. So your grade is second class, you will finish off. In case if I am going to give it as 30 marks is what I am giving. So 30 is greater than 60? No. It will move on to the else part. 30 is greater than 50? Of course yes. Is that lesser than 60? 30 is greater than 50? No, it is actually not. Here itself the condition fails. It will move on to another else part. If condition 30 is greater than 40? No. Again it will move on to the last else part. You are failed. Yes, the condition keeps checking again and again. And this is your ternary operator, conditional operator. Your question mark colon. Your question mark colon is actually called as ternary operator or conditional operator. This is an important 2 mark. Yes, it is an alternate for your if else statement. It is an alternate for your if else statement. How it is actually checked? If condition expression 1, if it is true, see, if this is true, this statement will be executed. If not, this statement will be executed. If condition is true, this statement will be executed. This one, if condition is false, this statement will be executed. Yes, just have a look. Condition is true, expression 2. Condition is false, expression 3. Yes. Now let us have a look at this program. You are getting A, B, comma largest. So A, B are the values that we are getting. Yes, A, B are the values that we are getting. Let us go with the values that they have obtained itself. A value is going to be 12 and B value is going to be 98. Yes, is 12 greater than 98? Is 12 greater than 98? Is 12 greater than 98? No. So what will happen? It will move on to the second expression. So second value will be printed. This is how your conditional statement works. Clear? Next comes your switch statement. Switch statement is nothing but a multi-way branch statement. Actually, it has different parts of code based on the value of expression. See, it just executes on different parts of the code based on the value of expression. It has multiple if-else statements. Just have a look here. Switch expression. Based on the cases, you can execute each and every thing. Say for example, each and every one will have different choices of playing games, isn't it? One will like tennis, the other one will like football, etc. So what happens is, according to the choices, we can select each and every games and we can play. Yes. So here is a program for switch case statement. Let us have a look at it. So your execution always starts from main, your variable, enter the weekday number, any number. Let it be, let me give it as 6 in switch of 6. So what happens? It will move straight away to the 6th case and it will not execute with any other thing. It will just move on straight away to the 6th and it will just print it as Friday. In case if I am going to give it as 8, is there 8 here in the cases? No, not available, right? So it will not execute anything and it will just give you wrong input. But this is how your switch case works. It will just execute what is actually needed and leave out the other things. Yes, that is all about your switch statement. Let us see some differences between your if statement and if else and switch statement. Expression inside if statement decides whether to execute the if block under or under else block. Expression inside switch statement decides which cases to execute. An if statement uses multiple statements for multiple choices and switch statement uses single expression for multiple choices. It checks for equality as well as for logical expressions and it checks only for the equality. Here if statement evaluates integer, character, pointing or floating point numbers. It evaluates only characters or integer data types. And here if condition is false, the else block statement will be executed. If a condition is false, what happens? Only default statement will be executed. This is all the difference between your if, else and switch statement. Yes, let us see the iterative statement in our next class. Thank you, children.